Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the penultimate lesson in our clean blueprints tutorial. So far we've looked at reroute nodes and we've also looked at the alignment tool into keeping this blueprint clean. We now will be moving into functions and macros. The best thing about this example is I didn't create this code, so you'll be experiencing the cleaning up with me, especially in this functions and macros part. So what I'm going to do is dive right in, and what you've probably noticed by now, I'm sure you've noticed, is we've still got the main problem of these orange lines. These transform lines are messing up the whole flow of this blueprint. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what we can turn into a function, and if so, a macro if the function doesn't work, to basically clean everything up and reuse code where possible. So this one's called scale transform position 5. Fix for wrong scaled legacy content. Okay. This itself is slightly messy. We could tidy this up when we move it into a function. We're just going to make sure that these are not the same, if that makes sense. They are the same by the looks of things. So we'll check a few more. So that was 6 and 5 and 2. Okay, so they are all the same. That's perfect. That is literally just a case of creating a function or macro out of it. Easy as pie. So let's go ahead and do that. Literally just select all this code. You should just be able to right click it and collapse to function. So let's go ahead and click that. We'll call this function, what was it actually originally called? I don't know. I completely forgot what it was called. So something to do with transforms. Let's go ahead and call it that. Why not? So let's open it up. We'll get everything inside. And now we can delete that. That's job's done. Let's copy paste this. In transform, out transform. Okay, so inside a function, the best way to keep a blueprint clean is local variables. Always use local variables to keep a function clean. So as you can see here, we're breaking and making and all this stuff. But just for this, we're going to go a bit overkill on these local variables just to show how they can look compared to how they look at the moment. So all we're going to do is right click, promote to local variable. So we're going to call this local lock for location. Local rots for rotation, and then local scale. Brilliant. So we're just going to connect one after the other like so. And the best bit about local variables is they only exist in the function you've created them for. So you can use it for data comes in, we create it, convert it to a local variable, do the magic, and spit out the local variable, and none of this variable window will ever see that variable, which is nice for keeping things clean. So we've done that to local variables, so we can now go ahead and remove this, that, and that. All we need to do is local location here, local rotation there, local scale. Do our normal magic of selecting these, so the main line of execution, making sure it's as straight as possible, alignment, straight connections. And we'll do that for these as well. So right click, alignment, straighten connections. You'll get this sometimes with straighten connections. That basically means, the node's too small and it's trying its best. That's not a problem. What we can just do is, what I like to do is, instead of keeping them straight in this instance, is giving them just a little offset to give them, make it look like it was intentional. So, and these two can just go down a little bit like so. That's fine pretty much. And then just use our reroute node logic right here, just to make these as straight as possible. We've got another broken link kind of thing going on there, so we need to fix that up. So we just right click all 6, right click, you just drag all of these, straight connection, done. And there's a lot more information here, but it's still clean and easy to look at. There's no crossing wires. That's the general rule here, is don't have any crossing wires, which isn't impossible. So you'll notice that this has become an event, and the original that we used wasn't an event. So how do we fix that? You select the function, make sure it's selected either in the variable browser or click it directly, and you'll see this thing called pure up here. Just click it, there you go, magic. Now already, all that will need is an alignment, like so. And we can bring it here as well. like so. And move it here. You can control, that's something I should actually talk about. So say you got two outputs here and you want to move them to this one underneath, you can control and click the output pin and just drag it and place it in. Magic. Okay, so that's that one. We're just going to do this for all of them. We'll make sure that they are actually position nodes we're altering. I believe they all are. Is this one? Yeah. Okay, so they all are, just to be on the safe side. So we literally, I'm going to add this to my copy paste with Control V, Control C, just to save some time. And I'm just going to go forward and quickly tidy these up. Like so. And so I noticed that a few of these are actually different in the end. Like there's a few more multiplications. But for this example, we'll just be using this one function, just because I don't want to mess around with making sure it's the right or wrong thing. It's an example, you know. So it wouldn't matter. In your actual work, you'd make sure you're using the correct functions, obviously. But because these are all transform, you know, it's free country. So let's go make sure we've done this to all of these. Like so. Again, remember to use the control and drag to make sure it's all clean and save you a lot of time. Okay, so you're probably wondering at this point, it hasn't changed that much, where are you going with this? And what I will say to you, didn't mean to get rid of that. What I'm saying to you is stick with me here. It will all come together. So we'll just move that there. Very nice. Okay, and just one more. Awesome. So they've all been changed over. You'll notice that there's still things going haywire. So what we can do now is literally just grab this section of code like so, and just instead of having a wire going everywhere, it's just paste the code. It's that simple. Paste code, move it there. That massive wire is gone. So we just keep doing that. So you grab this. You could even variabilize this because it doesn't appear everywhere. But for this example, I don't know, we could do actually. Yeah, why not? Let's convert this to a function. Test. Make sure it's pure. There we go. Why not? Because it does appear everywhere. Again, the values could be affected, and if they are, again, just make another function or just copy and paste that code to that area. We're just doing this as a quick example because I don't want to take forever just tidying up, because sometimes you can take a ridiculous amount of time cleaning up blueprints. Okay, so we are making progress. I can see now that the values are different, so you'd want to make sure you don't do that in your actual work. But again, for this example, nobody's going to hate us, right? Okay, so we're making progress. Just going to pull these all in here. Do the same here. You could even add like vector inputs like so, and do that kind of thing to make sure that it's correct to what you need it. Which again, compare this to the mess that was, it's already a massive improvement. Okay, let's do it again here, and do it again just here. Okay, and this one needs one, and this one needs one. Okay, so we're starting to get somewhere now. You can start to see that it's looking a lot cleaner. There's just a few areas left and a few organizational things, which we'll cover in the next final episode. So I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I hope this has been entertaining. I'll see you in the final lesson, which is the next one, where we'll just be adding finishing touches and then comparing our results. See you in the next one.